Hello and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. And, yeah, this is another thing with Kingdom Hearts. Every time we have visited many of the worlds at least, we can get a new keychain for our Keyblade. So we have just got the Jungle King Keyblade, and we have also managed to obtain, the ability to use red Trinity marks now, and indeed it is somewhat worth it to revisit various other worlds to get the other Trinity marks, because, well, firstly you can get more stuff like Dalmatians and everything. Anyway, I have returned to Traverse Town to actually speak to Sid. Well, almost. Okay, maybe I've not come to speak to Sid. But anyway, there are a couple of new Heartless to deal with here, as well here. And I will also go on about, well, something that really irks me about the thing. Again, I did mention this previously when we first started here in Traverse Town. And I also like the fact that they've changed the fight music here. No longer do we hear that one that does kind of loop a bit. I do actually like this piece of music better. The first one was good for a kind of desperation sort of theme. This one honestly is much better, and does fit the atmosphere of a Disney game, to be honest. Again, this is coming from the same composer who did most of the music for Super Mario RPG, Yoko Shimomura, so I already like that game's music. And I do like the music for the Kingdom Hearts series as well. Anyway, the thing I wanted to go on about is, of course, the large bodies. Those guys really get in the way here in Traverse Town, because in this area, maybe not in the open, but in the certainly the thing, they can really bust you up. You do not want to go down an alleyway with these guys. Another thing of note, you will see some Green Mage Heartless. They will, of course, use curative spells to heal their allies. Very annoying indeed. Yeah, seriously. Though if you do defeat, I think you can actually get plenty of items, I guess. The other thing I am going to do here in Traverse Town is actually uncover an area where you can get something that is beneficial at least, although it does cost a fair amount of HP. Again, given that this game borrows heavily from Final Fantasy, it being a Square Enix game and all, and also, although originally Squaresoft, of course, and the battle system definitely, in turn, somewhat borrows of the command structure of a Final Fantasy game. Certainly a traditional one, not something like Final Fantasy 12 or, I'm not going to say 13, because that did bring back the active time battle system at the very least. Never mind the annoyance of the long, narrow hallways, but I can get past that for this game. Yeah, okay, these guys are annoying. Yeah, especially, this is what I mean, though. I mean, they do offer you a fair amount of experience and money. And yes, I am spelling M-U-N-N-Y, but yeah, just look at this. They are crowding me here, these large bodies. Seriously. Were it not for the amount of money I get back from these guys, I would not be grinding so much. And trust me, I do want to, especially for when we get to a later world in the game, which is kind of important because, well, we will find out a bit more about, unbeknownst to Sora, we saw Maleficent, of course, at the end of the last episode. Anyway, before I go on, let's get some Dalmatians back to Pongo and Perdita, and indeed, let's see what gifts they have for us then. Indeed. I do love that little yapping there. Seriously. Anyway, what's in the box? You get a Curaga gummy, and that's it. That's because I haven't saved that many Dalmatians, to be fair. So yeah. So the area I want to go to is actually in the 3rd district. Of course, that is where we discovered where Donald and Goofy, of course, appeared. And it's a very good area to go to. Because I've gone on enough about fighting these guys. So yeah, I'll just see you in the 3rd district. Okay then, we're back. And we have some more Heartless here. Of course, mainly a new type of flying Heartless. They're not the air pirates because we don't get them yet. So yeah, but yeah, these Heartless can be actually quite easy to defeat at this stage, even without our aerial abilities. Oh boy, when we get our aerial abilities, yeah. The annoying thing is that they can swoop in on Sora. So yeah, and also Donald and Goofy. But given that Sora is the one we are controlling, then yeah. The other thing of note, you will see a door off to the far left there. That is where we want to go, seriously, in this episode. I will actually do Olympus Coliseum in the next episode. And also my reasons for why I went to the Deep Jungle first instead of Olympus Coliseum. But that being said, well, yes, I wanted the cure magic. That's the other reason. But mostly for the boss, really. Seriously. But yeah, these Heartless, nothing too hard. Just them swooping can be mildly annoying, especially when they're accompanied by the Red Mage Heartless. Seriously, I know I'm not going to call them by their names because they're all named after various types of music. Seriously, I think Yellow Operas, Red Nocturnes, Blue Rhapsodies, and of course one of those flying Heartless kicked my bloody ass. Of course they did. And I haven't even got it on Proud mode. And I sure as hell I'm not going to start the game in beginner mode. No. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 enough times not to do that. So yeah. And apparently I'm short on items. Well, too bad. I'm going to switch to the Jungle King Keyblade and go from there. Yeah. Sorry and all that, but I'm not going to have my ass kicked. Thank you. And I don't think you get to keep your experience either if you die. Which really sucks, but there you go. That is RPG convention. And if anything, I do like the little trail there of when you're attacking with the Jungle King Keyblade. Seriously. I also like that it's made out of bones, seriously. Now, we'll get another area that is based off the Lion King, probably to make up for the fact that Disney couldn't use Tarzan again, since, well, copyright and everything, so yeah. But that'll be in Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm a long way off doing that one, in terms of recording anyway. So instead, I want to get my, kick some more Heartless ass, and then probably make it over to the thing, because remember what I said about the inability to pause the game? That is also true of being the inability to open chests, as we'll see when we go to Monstro. Seriously, it's really annoying there. And also here, we have a door here with a keyhole. Also, we can't use the Keyblade to unlock that door, because normally we can, but not during battle. Again, this kind of is true of Kingdom Hearts 2 as well. Not so of Shaded Memories, and especially not the PS2 remake Reshaded Memories, but certainly true of this game, because, yeah. Anyway, if we actually do go over to this keyhole and unlock it, that means we can go back to the 1st district if we wish. And I'll certainly find that useful a little later. But now I want to go over to this red door, and then actually use a fire spell on it. That will unlock the door and give us access to the mystical house, which is located in the middle of a huge lake with moving stones and everything. Jumping across it can be annoying, especially how they move. Because they can move quite suddenly, can the stones? Seriously. But, never mind. I'll try not jumping. Yay! Well, never mind. You get out of the way, Donald. You don't want to push me off the platform. At least you as a duck are an actual water-based swimming bird. But anyway, that being said, let's actually go in. And the way we go in, actually, is round the back. Seriously, because there's a little hole in the back of the house.
There's something about this musty place. It reminds me of the secret place back home, where we used to scribble on the walls.
Kyrie? Sora?
Yeah, I think Sora is hallucinating here. And would you know it? This house is actually the home of Merlin the Wizard from The Sword in the Stone. And, seriously, Donald and Goofy haven't heard of Merlin the Wizard. Well, but he's certainly heard of Sora as Merlin. So, indeed, he will do his Hockety, Pockety, Wockety, Wack, Abradac, I guess, and Prestidigitonium, and make the whole house appear. Again, that is one of my favourite songs from The Sword in the Stone as well. And indeed, that is Merlin's purpose in this game. Merlin will be able to teach us how to use our magic. And another thing, you will see there the pumpkin carriage from Cinderella. And indeed, the fairy godmother is here too. And she can actually transform various items we get into summons. Yes, seriously. And some of them are pretty good. Certainly Tinkerbell, but we'll get to that. Yeah, we all have to wait until Birth by Sleep to go to the world that the Fairy Godmother's from. Anyway, I'm going to save it. On the next episode, we'll go to Olympus Coliseum. So I will see you then. Goodbye!